What's up, guys? Back in today with more SANDA, this time with episode 11 of episode 11. Last week was a really awesome episode. We started off the Celebration of Youth Festival, I think it's called, where SANDA got his first kiss on the lips and nothing happened, thank God. I'm assuming that the preconceived notion of him dying if he kissed the kid was if it was an adult form, I'd hope. But yeah, gladly nothing happened there. We did see a little bit of the assassin guy's kind of memories of his Celebration of Youth festival, which was a bit crazy. He just started like manically laughing with that girl. But he was pretty awesome last episode. Of course, we saw SANDA take out a bunch of kids and then get absolutely shot to bits, which we did see before. We did see that he is able to handle that. But I do wonder if he'll just be like a lump of flesh this episode. But yeah, really been enjoying this show. I would say it's very different to Beastars, but it's weird because it's so different. Yeah, it is like quite similar in how out there it is. It feels very different, but very similar. It's very paradoxical in that way, isn't it? But I've been a fan of this author's work so far. There's definitely been some like controversial stuff and some very interesting topics that I don't think I've ever seen covered in anything else in my life, or at least if I have seen them covered, not to this not in such an interesting way. But yeah, I've been enjoying this one a lot. Definitely one of the best anime this season. It's been quite a weak season, to be honest with you, so. Which is quite unusual for around the Christmas time. Hey, Fuyamura end up going away from Ono. Damn. Peak of Youth Ceremony. What do they call it? I think you don't really get it when you're younger. It's something you only really get when you become an adult. But I can understand that. I think a lot of people peak. It's that classic saying of peaking at high school and such. There's a lot of people's peaks. You've got nothing to worry about. You've got no income to worry about. Just have fun. So you can take that for granted. I mean, surely she's out of bullets, right? She's so many. No, you guys had your lovely moment. Look at her crazy eyes. But she was a kid last week. Hmm. Is that what's happened to her? Is she dying? I still don't have any idea. She's just like pulsating and bulging. She's like something from a Cronenberg movie. Sorry, guys. So I was a little bit ill. Or a spat just then. Get some nice blood in your food. God damn, goddamn massacre. God, Fumura left a mark, didn't she? Delude yourself. And delude yourself. Essentially what you just said there. It's exactly what you thought. Oh shit. Hey, shh. Oh, the fact that he's covering her in the shot is not good. Okay, thank God. Would be the horror movie classic. She's out of shot, so she sneaks up. As I said a minute ago, kids can do anything. I mean, there is like probation, uh, juvenile like prison places to be fair, but there's that feeling of invincibility this age, isn't it? I had that. I mean, I was a bit of a delinquent. I'd do loads of bad shit. No, I could get away with it. Eat the whole packet? It's unnecessary. It's good. What the hell's this? Looks like a child. Like an actual like 2-year-old kid. Oh fucking hell, rude. It's really intriguing, isn't it? Because clearly blood flows through his veins. But it's not the case of the blood's touching his skin under the skin. It's got to touch the surface layer. It's not massively important, but I do find that quite interesting. Like if he gets a bruise, would he turn into Santa? Santa? I'd assume not, but good point to be honest. Like what happens when she's like in a couple weeks? What happens when she starts going through puberty? Is she just gonna off herself? think it's the amount of sweets he's eating. I said earlier, it looks like a baby. Or maybe it's the rapid transformation and deformation, is that what you call it? Oh my god. Look at this. That's really cool. I like that. A little bit like what's going on with Ono. Hey, that looked like Shaun from Shaun of the Dead. A little bit. But I like this stuff. I'm a really big fan of this. Good description. Is this like prolonged growing pains? I've never had growing pains, to be honest with you guys. But is this like they never had any, and they've saved up all their growing pains because they didn't grow at all. So now when they turn into an adult, they've got to deal with all those growing pains at once. They won't kill her. Hopefully. Well, she is gonna die. Why though? Did it really go through that much? It didn't just skip from a kid to an adult, but to an old woman? What the hell? You're gonna have an alcoholic drink. You get a chance. Some people do think this. I brought up in this series before. Like, I came across his YouTube channel the other day. I forget what his name is, but he's got loads of subscribers. That guy that not trying to be immortal per se, but it's trying to like stay as young as possible. Even though he's like 50 odd, and his girlfriend's quite young as well. He's got a really. I was surprised to see just how many followers and such he's got. Must be a pretty decent guy, but everything I've seen of him seems very unnatural. Just to live your life that way. But I've kind of forgot the point I was going to say here, to be honest, after bringing him up. Um, I remember now. Some people do genuinely feel, especially you see a lot of online, like people say that, oh, you're an unk. They like go at people if they're like older than 20 years old. They're like, you're old and such. Whereas, and I think it gets like the bar it gets to diss people because of their age gets lower and lower every year. It was like, if you're 40, you're too old to be on social media. If you're 30, now it's like if you're 20, you're too old. But people do genuinely think, especially the younger you are, that you might as well die if you get to a certain age in life. You might as well die if you become an adult and you have to deal with all this stuff. And I think that's again a little bit in line with what that guy I was talking about feels like. It's very unnatural, to be honest. But there must be something like deeper here that I'm not fully understanding about Ono, because like metaphorically, if you know what I'm saying, like story wise, I feel like there's something deeper here that I'm not quite grasping. I've never been too media literate, to be honest with you guys, but yeah, I know enough to know there's something here I'm missing. Because this is very strange that she would die from this. Again, apologies, my little bit sniffly. My allergies are kicking in badly. Look at that leg, bro. That leg is crazy. The arm is pretty nuts as well. That's something we can just twist ourselves back from. That's crazy. Isn't a good wish though. This is a wish that would put you on the bad list. Where is she getting all of these bullets? I love this OST that's playing right now though. We got another more. Where are we storing all this? Got infinite inventory right here. Love that look. That's sick. Honestly, why are you guys standing here? Like, move the side. I mean, we saw a minute ago the bullets are going through Sanda. Like, there was literally holes we could see through. So, just for you guys' safety, please. Honestly, it might be a little bit too late, which kind of sucks. You didn't tell her, did you? Didn't hear any of that out of her. And this is the aftermath. It's quite poetic, isn't it? The aftermath of this festival is all this destruction and crap on the floor and bullshit. Perfect visual example of what they think turn out into an adult means, isn't it? It was a beautiful, lively event, and then it just turned to this. I've never shot a gun before, but I imagine shooting that much would rattle your bones, wouldn't it? Or the recoil. No fucking chance. I'm the what? Not even possible, love. I'm the only person. Oh, she's talking about mum. Okay. I thought she was talking about herself. Don't know why I thought that. Oh god. Wow, this really went out of hand very quickly. These fucking lamps are a massive hazard. Tell me she. Oh, I was gonna say, thank God. I say thank God. It's weird. Obviously, I don't want her to die. I don't exactly love her, but I do want her. I do want to see her kind of. That was a quite enlightening scene a minute ago, there wasn't it? I do kind of. I'm rooting for her. Mr. S. What is this music right now, by the way? It feels very Spanish. Why does it feel so Spanish? Not quite Christmas. I said earlier about the I love the OST. It sounded strange, but it brought the feeling of Christmas in a strange way. This one just felt like a Spanish festival. That OST player right there. Maybe it's because of the fire. I don't know. Yeah, another really good episode. Another really good episode. You guys know I love my kind of transformation, body horror kind of stuff. So I love that. Love that part with Namatame and Sanda, especially kind of twisting and growing and reducing, and yeah, that was really cool. Love that stuff. But as I said, there's plenty of like metaphorical story beats in this show I'm missing, isn't there? plenty. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to, like, some of your guys' opinions and thoughts on the episode. Also, I just noticed, is that Crayon Shin-chan in that one scene before this one? Kind of looks like him. But yeah, if any of you guys can let me know, like, especially with the Ono stuff. I said a minute ago with Namatame, it's not like I ever hated her. She was obviously like made to be like a villainous character, but I think especially this episode, I've thought like maybe I didn't see there being like redemption per se, but I always kind of wanted to work on her, if you know what I'm saying. Wanted to, and now that we've actually seems to be something coming through that we can kind of get through to her, and she might actually kind of be able to see reason and such. I'm looking forward to kind of rooting for her becoming a normal person and becoming an adult, because as I said earlier in the episode, like, what would have happened in a couple of years' time when she ends up going through puberty and turning into an adult? What would happen to her? Would she just off herself? Would she just hate herself? Like, she has to go through this to actually like survive in the near future. But yeah, really awesome episode. Absolutely trashed the Festival of Youth, but as I said, quite poetic, honestly, how that kind of ended up, how this whole event kind of ended up going, considering everything. A bit of a shame for Redhead Girl here, but like I said, she already kind of got her moment, to be fair. They already had a really nice moment here. Rest in peace, Ono, who looks to be dead. As I said, that's the one storyline I'm throughout the whole run of the show, to be honest, I'm most kind of questionable about that I've kind of, maybe it's because I don't resonate with it, maybe it's because I can't relate to it, but there's just something in that storyline I'm not seeing. Not to say there's nothing there, because I feel like there's definitely something there, but maybe it's just something I, from my perspective, can't see. I think I'm usually quite good at seeing things from different people's different perspectives and such, but in this regard, I'm just like totally lost with what they're doing with her. But I know they're doing something, so again, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that. Some really awesome action pieces today, and yeah, this what was that? Namatame, that's the one. She was awesome today. Really liked her. She was pretty badass in segments, pretty weak in segments in a good way. Weak as in finally showing some of her weakness, showing a side of her that is kind of accepting SANDA right here. So I'd love to see what happens there in next week's finale, I'm pretty sure. But I mentioned in the intro, overall I've been really enjoying the show, even if there is some things I don't fully understand. Even without that, it's like an enjoyable show, even if you don't look too far into it. So I'm hoping this gets a season 2 sometime soon. But as I did say, my standout, as much as it probably wasn't narrative, it was this whole transformation stuff with SANDA. I thought that was cool as hell. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these weekly reactions. And I'll see you guys next week for what I believe is the season finale.